Week 3 of the Golden T-Mobile World Championship head-to-head qualifying matches continues with another great battle. Russ Lyons, Scott Boyer. They will be playing on Bonnie Moore, the front nine. And we know the first couple holes on Bonnie Moore are very scoreable. Let's see how these great players react. Russ Lyons, Lyons Golf off the tee here on one against Scott Boyer. Booyer. He is off the tee as well with a torpedo to the right side of this fairway. Hi, everybody. I'm Chad Schrump. This is Scott Boyer over javelin trying to get a hole out. This looks left, and he does miss just left. Gets it to the hole, but long and left. And oh, goodness, Russ, a little bit of a bad swipe. That will be left. That's okay. Scott Boyer did not make his either. We move on. Hole 2. Let's see if it's drivable or if the players will have to try to sting something from the fairway. Sometimes it is drivable. It is not today. Lyons off the tee. The Wisconsin resident off the tee here on Bonnie Moore, battling the Missouri resident Scott Boyer. Boyer will go with a sniper. Gets it out to the right side of this fairway, trying to create the best angle possible. First, here's Lyons. This swipe looks much better. It looks much better, but it misses to the right side. Here's Boyer. Bird. Does he have it? Does he have it? No, he doesn't. It misses one click right. And both players miss the scoreable first 2 holes. Now we go to the teeth of the course here soon, but first the par 3. Par 3, grabber for Russ Lyons. He's missed this a little left on the swipe, but it's coming back nicely. Almost bounces directly into the hole. Almost flies directly in for a dunk. Does not. Here's Scott. Scott throws this up. This is going to be behind the hole, wanting it to come back down. The line looks really nice. Great shot points coming up for Scott Boyer. How many? 17,000. And he will take a GSP lead over Russ Lyons. If we're tied after the 9th hole, we will look at the scorecards and tally up the great shot points. The player with the most GSPs will win the match, again, if they are tied on their scorecards. Lyons will tap in his putt. Boyer will do the same, and we move on to the par 5 4th hole here on Bonnie Moore. Russ going with a Maniacs. He will get this into the fairway nicely, bounces softly, and will gently roll down this fairway. He is in prime position. Scott with an exact same shot. Let's see if he has the same result. He should. It looks nice. It does. Bounces softly and will tenderly caress this fairway and gently stop right there. 2-iron jab for Russ. He is hitting these left. The swipe is a bit left, but it did correct itself enough to come back in, put a curve on the ball, and he gets great shot points. 6,000 points for Russ. I've had this happen in matches before where I felt a little bit like the swipe's off. I've sat the device down and played later. Let's see if Russ is thinking that way. In the meantime, Scott Boyer puts a shot just past the hole. 6 feet, no love, no great shot points here on par 5 4th hole. So we move on to the next par 5. This is the 5th hole. The players are set up with an easy drive this time. No wind in their face. So Russ will power a Maniacs into the fairway, trying to set up a great look into this green. Can we see the pin where it's located? You can't yet. So we will see where this pin is to see how much access to a hole out the players may have. Boyer will go first. He is looking at a 6-wood grabber. This is well right, but it will bounce left. Just not enough. It will come down. Nice, safe shot for Scott Boyer. Russ going with an orbit. That swipe looked better. How is the line? I think he's going to be a little left of the hole. And he will have a longer putt than Scott. A right 5 breaker, and he is in. Good putt from Russie. And here is Scott. Scott will bury this as well. We move on to hole 6. Par 4. Drastically over. It's a carry over bunkers. Drastically downhill. The sniper lands almost on top of the cup. Any points? Yes, sir. 9,000 points for Russ Lyons. He needs those points. Not sure how we're tallying yet. We will look here in just a moment when we see the cards to see where we're at in this match. Boyer, 3-wood sniper. This is going to be left. I don't think he's in range of points. He's not. He will have an easy eagle putt, as will Russ. Let's look at the points. Great shot points. Russ, 15,000. Boyer, 17,000. A tremendously tight match here on Bonnie Moore. Here is Boyer. This is Russ. He throws in another orbit. He is deep. Here is Boyer. He will use sniper. This is tracking. Points? Who knows? Let's see. Yes, sir. 8,000 more. That gives Scott a 10,000 GSP lead as we move through this course very quickly. Players making short work of this front 9. Russ, big putt, 34-footer, sneaks it in the left side of the cup, and Scott will kick this in for birdie. Onwards we go. Par 5, 8th hole. What does our wind look like? It is favorable. Russ will take this over the top of the heather. We don't record twice. So we'll say heather, we'll say heather. There's a great drive from Russ. He's good. Scott will go over the same spot. That will land into the fairway as well. Both players prime position for their second shots. Russ needs great shot points or a Scott Boyer miss. Scott will throw this sniper up onto the green safely. He will have an easy eagle. Russ, 4-wood. Does it have enough to get great shot points? I don't think so. That looks around 9 or 10 feet. Here's a 20-footer for Scott. That is in the cup. Russ, an 11-footer for eagle. He is in. It all comes down to the last hole here on the front 9 of Bonnie Moore. How is our setup? It's tasty. Here is Russ. Throws up a sniper. The line looks good. It's just deep. All that has to happen now for Scott Boyer to go to the semifinals is make an eagle. Takes a little off this one. The line looks fantastic. The distance looks great. That should do it. Here's Russ from the fringe. He is in with a Ranger. And Scott Boyer, he is in. That will clinch it for Scott Boyer. Will go on to win with a GSP decision. He moves on to the second round of Week 2's World Championship qualifying.